Xenophobia is just a buzzword. It's a buzzword that a lot of people just talk about it, but they don't understand actually what it means, because
where that got us. We are nowhere. What we need to do that we are running away from in our African backyards and going to do in South Africa is to fold up our sleeves and do the hard work. And a lot of it is just basic, the basics really, basic hard work like agriculture, doing nice houses, living in a decent surrounding, and just loving yourself for being black. What is so different about Europe? What is so different about South Africa? Is the oxygen sweeter? Or are we just addicted to hanging around the white man? I think those are the questions that are troubling me right now. Because for me, these are very old questions. Frantz Fanon talked about this in Black Skins, White Masks. And you realize that basically what the black man has to do is to love himself and accept himself and say, it's common sense really. If you're born black, you're black. You can't help it. So what can you do in improving the lives of black people? Stop trying to morph yourself into the white man's world. I know civilization is headed that way, and a lot of civilized societies have followed Western narratives in order for them. If you talk about Singapore, Lee Kuan Yew, and all these other guys, the paths that they've followed to success have largely been inspired by Western thought. But there was the local buy-in. There was the localization. Taking Western concepts that are largely just logic and logical and adapting them to our own situation and doing it right here. The air is just as sweeter in Africa. Yes, you can bake bricks and make those lovely paved roads. Yes, we can have good housing. Yes, we can eat good food. Let us appreciate the stimuli that we have right here in Africa. You look around you, you see poverty. You look around you, you see gaps. You look around you, you see opportunities to exploit. At times, I'm usually disturbed and I ask myself, if someone was to come from Europe or even England and say, if you can give up 10 acres, then we'll give you citizenship in England and you live on welfare. I know so many Africans would take it. I've met people who've asked me, when you went to school in the UK, why did you come back? And I'm like, what a question. This is where I belong. This is Africa. This is home. Everyone here is black, the majority. This is my nativity. Why should I run away from myself and try to become what I am not? You'll never be white. You're black. Love your black self and do what you gotta do. Look at the drudgery that has gotten the white man to where he's gotten himself. There's been a lot of hard work. I don't think that white people have just been looking at their skin and saying, wow, I'm white. Wow, I'm so white. This is so cool. And then manna falls from heaven. They've been working their asses off to get to where they are. Why can't we work our asses off? Yes, right here in Africa. You don't have to go abroad. And it is until black people accept that the challenge before us is really huge and tough. But let's get down to it. Let's die while at it. But let's stop taking the easier routes and letting our big brothers, these other races, do the tough work. And then us, we just want to sponge off or do the menial tasks. Let us step up. I think